the last session, we discussed about the what is meant by sampling gate and what are the types of the sampling gate. So simply the sampling gate nothing but it allows the output input signal at the output side with a pre-required time period. So it depends upon the control signal. So simply sampling gate, the output of the sampling gate is depends upon the control signal. So the sampling gate can be classified into two methods, nothing but two ways. That is unidirectional sampling gate and bidirectional sampling gate. First of all, in the last session we discussed about the unidirectional sampling gate, that is transistor based sampling gate. So the unidirectional sampling gate we have to discuss in the last session. So the major drawback of this unidirectional sampling gate is simply it allows either positive part of the input signal or negative part of the input signal. Simply we can say that the unidirectional sampling gate allows either positive part of the input signal or negative part of the input signal. So that is a major drawback of the unidirectional sampling gate. Why? Because the unidirectional sampling gate only allows this signal. So the definition for the sampling gate is whatever the input signal we have, that will be produced at the output side with a pre-required time interval. But the unidirectional sampling gate does not satisfy this principle. So that is a major drawback of this unidirectional sampling gate. So that's why we go for the bidirectional sampling gate. And what is meant by bidirectional sampling gate? So simply the bidirectional sampling gate which allows both positive part as well as negative part of the input signal at the output side. So by using this sampling gate, we have to transmit both positive as well as the negative part of the input signal at the output side. Simply this is a transistor based sampling gate. Here the input is given to the base of the transistor as well as the control signal is also given to the base of the transistor Q1. So that is here I am using that the input is given to the base of transistor Q1. At the same time the control signal is also given to the base of transistor Q1. So first of all we have to take it as the control signal is a negative signal. So whatever the signal we have to given, that is a negative signal. The control signal will be a negative signal. So during this time what happens when a control signal is a negative signal? So due to this condition, so that is simply the Vs, this negative signal, this negative value is more than this input signal. So obviously then the transistor Q is in off condition. When the transistor Q is in off condition, the output voltage will be V0 is equal to VCC. Simply I am representing with the VCC. At the same time, when the VC, that is control signal, is reached at the V2 level. So this control signal will be reached at this V2 level. What happens? So obviously this Vs and Vc combination. So then transistor Q is going to on condition. In this time this particular transistor acts as an amplifier circuit. So simply this is an amplifier circuit, and what is the thing about that amplifier? It amplifies the signal as well as shift the phase. Nothing but whatever the input signal we have to given to this particular particular unidirectional sampling gate, that will be shifted like this. That is so when the signal is started with a positive direction but the output is started with the negative direction. So that is, but it transmits both positive as well as a negative signal. So this is about the unidirectional, that is bidirectional sampling gate using single transistor. So but here there is a problem. That problem will be, so here the VC and Vs signal. So what is the control signal and whatever the control signal and the sampling signals, both are combined. Both are combined and given to the transistor Q, the transistor Q1. So that is a major drawback of this particular type of the bidirectional sampling gate. So why? Because our main motto is whatever the input signal, that will be produced at the output side. But here the input as well as control signal will be combined. So that is a major drawback of this particular type of the sampling gate. At the same time, here the output is either an input signal or so no output will be produced. Simply, so at particular interval of time, the output will be VCC. The output will be whatever the input signal, and at the remaining time, the output will be generally zero. But here there is a chance of producing a VCC signal. So this signal or this thing is known as pedestrian. So these unwanted signal are so this signal is known as generally pedestrian. So next we discuss about the bidirectional sampling gate using two transistors. So this bidirectional sampling gate can be designed with the two transistors. So simply here I am using an emitter coupled logic. So here that both transistor emitter terminals will be connected with each other with a resistor Re, and the input, whatever the input control signal is given to the transistor Q1, and input signal is given to the transistor Q2. So that is a condition here. So simply we say that so control signal is given to the transistor Q1 and the input signal is given to the transistor Q2. And what is the operation of this particular type of the bidirectional sampling gate? Simply at each level we have to assume that so during the positive control line only, that is during the positive signal of the control signal, this is during this time only we produce the output signal. So we produce the output signal, input signal at the output side. But here in this process this is reversed. Why? Because here I am using an emitter coupled logic. So what is meant by emitter coupled logic? Simply the current flowing through this one is, we have to take it as IE. So this IE is equal to the IE1 and IE2. That is IE1 plus IE2. When one of the current is increases, another one goes to decreases. Why? Because here this IE current is maintained constant. So as already we said that in the emitter coupled clipper, so simply we say that the IE current is constant. So this can't be changed. So when due to this, when one of the emitter current is increases, another one obviously decreases. So that is the problem here. When the emitter current decreases, obviously collector current is also decreases. So that's why that particular transistor is going into the cutoff region. So simply just checking the operation of this particular type of the transistor. So at the first condition I am giving an input signal that is V2. This V2 signal is applied to the transistor Q1. So this V2 signal is applied to the, where we apply, this is applied to the transistor Q1. So during this time the transistor Q1 is going to active region. So that is when a positive signal is applied to the transistor, that transistor is going to the active region. When it goes to active region, here the IC current obviously increases. When IC current increases, the IE current is also increases. When this IE1 current increases, obviously this IE2 current decreases. Why? Because the total current IE is equal to IE1 plus IE2. One of the current is increases, another one goes obviously decrease. When this IE2 current decreases, this IC2 current also decreases. So due to this problem, so nothing but due to this condition, so the transistor Q2 going to the cutoff region. So when the transistor is going to the cutoff region, simply the output is so this signal. So whatever the VCC signal we have to give it, that will be produced at the output side. At which condition? At this condition, the output will be a VCC signal. At the second condition, the input signal will be a V1 level. The input voltage is at V1. So in this particular time, the transistor Q1 is, what is the condition of the transistor Q1? Simply the transistor Q1 is going to cutoff region. Why? Because we apply a negative voltage. When the transistor Q1 is going to cutoff region, due to this condition, so when it goes to cutoff region, the IE1 current, this current, that is IE1 current is decreases. When IE1 current decreases, obviously IE2 current will be increases. When the emitter current increases, the collector current also increases. Whatever in this time, the transistor Q2 going to the saturation region. So that is also nothing but not saturation region. In this particular time, transistor Q2 is going to the active region. So due to these conditions, simply we say that whatever the input signal. So here the input signal is a sinusoidal signal that will be produced at the output side with different phase shift. So simply in this particular time, this transistor acts as a amplifier, but the output is produced with a different phase shift. Like here the input starts with a positive phase shift, but the output is going to the negative direction. So that is a condition of this particular two transistor bidirectional sampling gate. Simply the output waveforms will be like this. At the first condition, so simply the output is at a V2 level. And the input is at a V2 level. The control signal is at a V2 level. In this particular time, what is the condition of transistor Q1? Q1 is in on condition and Q2 is in off condition. So whenever the transistor Q2 is in off condition, the output will be simply a VCC. So this VCC signal will be produced at the output side. At the next stage, so the input signal is V1 level. That is the control signal is at V1. So the whatever the input signal we have to given, that will be produced at the output side with a phase shift. That is very, very important. In this particular time, this particular transistor Q2 acts as an amplifier. So that's why, so simply whatever the input signal we have to given, that will be produced at the output side with a phase shifting operation. But here there is a drawback of the transistor based bidirectional sampling gate. What is the drawback of this particular transistor based bidirectional sampling gate? Simply here there is a chance of pedestal. So pedestal nothing but this signal. Here there is a chance of pedestal. So at the same time, whatever the input signal, that will be produced at the output side. But here the output is produced with a phase shift operation. So here the input is a sinusoidal signal which starts with a positive direction, but output starts with a negative direction. So that is the problem of this two transistor bidirectional sampling gate. At the same time, there is a chance of pedestal. So this one is known as pedestal. Actually, as per the definition, the output is equal. The input output is equal to the input for a particular time interval, and the remaining time the output will be 0. But here, there is chance of producing the VCC signal. So that is the drawback of this particular two transistor bidirectional sampling gate. And a two transistor bidirectional sampling gate that reduces the pedestal. How this sampling gate reduce the pedestal? Simply, so this circuit can be modified like this. Here I am using the two control signals. So one at the first condition I am applying a positive, that is so one compared to this one is starts with the negative direction, another one goes to positive one. Simply we say that one of this one is so one of them starts with the negative direction. Obviously another one starts with the positive direction. So in this particular time, just observe the output condition. So at this condition, what is the VC signal? So the VC is negative and the VS. So in this time, the emitter VB1 is simply, that is the transistor Q1 is going to off condition, and the VC signal is positive. During this time, the transistor Q2 is in on condition. In this particular time, there is no transmission occurs. Why? Because so the transistor Q2 is in off condition, that's why there is no transmission occurs. So at the second condition, the transistor Q2 is in on condition, that's why whatever the input signal, so this VS signal will be reached at the output side. So there is a path of VS signal reaching, so that's why the output signal will be reached. At the second condition, the VC is a positive signal, so this will be reached at this transistor Q1. And in this time the transistor Q2 is going to off condition. So during this time this signal will be produced at the output side. So at the first condition the output is simply, so the first condition is the VC signal, that is V1 is negative and V2 will be positive. In this time there is no transmission is occurred. But in the second condition, that is V2 is positive, that is transistor Q1 the terminal, that is V2 is positive and this one is negative, the second one is negative. During this time, so the whatever the input signal will be reached at the output side with a phase shift. But here there is also another problem. The pedestal will be eliminated, but here there is a chance of another problem. What is the problem? Simply the whatever the input signal that will be produced at the output side. So that is very clear. But the output is produced with a phase shift. Nothing but it is shifted with a 180 degrees. So that is the problem of this particular type of the two transistor bidirectional sampling gate. So this can be eliminated. So these problems in the problems in the bidirectional sampling gate using a transistor can be eliminated by using diode based sampling gate. So that is simply the bidirectional sampling gates are also designed by using diodes. So these can be obtained with the two diode as well as so simply we say that this can be obtained by using two diode two diode sampling gate as well as a 4 diode sampling gate. We have to design these two also. So 4 diodes, 6 diodes, these are the comes under bidirectional sampling gate. So just check the operation of the bidirectional sampling gate as well as what is the operation of this particular bidirectional sampling gate. Let us check. So this is the gating signal and output. Simply the output will be like this due to the gating signal. And the next one is a 2 diode bidirectional sampling gate. So just here I am applying a input signal to the resistors, that is R1, and the control signal will be applied to the one of the diode anode terminal, another diode D2 cathode terminal. So this is the circuit diagram of the two diode sampling gate. Here the input is whatever the input signal, so that is applied to the node S. So that is so this is applied to this node S, and the control signal is applied to the diode, and this control signal is applied to this cathode terminal of the diode. So at the first condition, let us check the condition. So at the first condition, we say that the A is, what is the A? The control signal. So in the first condition, I will take it as that, so this diode is, so the control signal V2 is equal to minus Vc and the V1 is equal to plus Vc. So I am applying a control signal. The first condition, that is the control signal, first I am applying a minus Vc control signal at the diode D1 and plus Vc control signal at diode D2. So that is during this time a minus signal is applied to the anode terminal, that is A, applied at the node A. So in this time or at a point A, in this time the diode D1 is going to off condition. Why? Because anode voltage must be 0.7 volts for conduction of diode, but here the anode voltage is negative voltage. So that is the problem. Simply we say that so in this particular time diode D1 is in off condition. And what is the condition of diode D2? So at the second level we apply a control signal, that is V1 is equal to, so a positive signal is applied to the diode D2. So in this time also the diode D2 is simply replaced with the open switch. Why? Because we apply a positive signal to the cathode of the diode, but anode of the diode is connected to the load resistor simply. So both diodes, diode D1 and diode D2 is going to off condition. So in this particular time the output is simply 0. So in this particular time that output V0 is equal to 0. So and another important thing about this two diode bidirectional sampling gate, simply we say that one of the diode, that is the control signal applied to the one of the diode is in positive direction, another one is obviously reverse direction of the first one. So that is very important thing regarding this thing. And the next one is so V2 is equal to So that is this one, that is V2 is equal to Vc and V1 is equal to minus Vc. So in this condition we apply, that is V2 is equal to Vc and V1 is equal to minus Vc. Simply the positive voltage whatever we have to apply, that is given to the anode terminal of the diode, and V1 is minus Vc. So this one is positive and this one is negative. So the anode terminal of diode D1 is connected to the positive Vc and that is the cathode terminal of diode D2 is connected to the minus Vc. During this time both diodes D1 is in on and D2 is also in on condition. Both diodes, that is D1 is on and D2 is also in on condition. So during this time simply the circuit can be replaced with a short switch. So we can replace with the single line, that is whatever the input signal Vs. So this Vs signal will be reached at the output side. Simply the Vs signal is passing through this one and reached at the output side, that is V0 is equal to Vs without any phase shift. Here there is no chance of any phase shift. Why? Because here I am using a diode, not a transistor. So in the transistor there can be acts as an amplifier, that's why. So there is a chance of phase shift. But here there is no any transistor used. That's why simply we say that the diodes can be replaced with a short switch. So whatever the input signal will be reached at the output side. So this is an operation of the two diode bidirectional sampling gate, but it is having some problem. What is the problem of this particular one? So that the two diode bidirectional sampling gate having some problem. What is the problem of this particular one? That is the gain of this particular two diode bidirectional sampling gate is very less. What is meant by gain? That is V0 by V input. So that is whatever the input signal we have to give, and that will not produce at the output side. So that is a major drawback, that is gain will be very less. So in the next class we discuss about what is the gain of this particular two diode based bidirectional sampling gate. At the same time, so it is having some problems, that is the sensitivity of this particular type of the two diode based sampling gate is very more. That is at the same time, so there may be a chance of leakage here. So there may be a chance of leakage of the input signal. So in this particular condition, that is the problem of this two diode bidirectional sampling gate. It can be eliminated. So this type of the conditions can be eliminated by using 4-diode sampling gate. So this is the connection of the 4-diode sampling gate. Simply this can be like a 2-diode sampling gate, but here I am adding an extra diode D3 and D4 for perfect on and off condition of this so perfect on and off of this particular condition. Simply we say that when a positive signal is applied to the diode D3, what happens? When a positive signal is applied to the diode D3, obviously diode D3 is off condition, and at the same time during that time we apply a negative signal to the diode D4. So when a positive signal is applied to the diode D3, so in this time that so here the anode voltage is less compared with the cathode voltage. That's why this D3 is going to open circuit, and this one is also going to the open circuit. Both are going to open circuit. So that's why whatever the input signal, this Vs signal will be reached at this diode D1 and D2. That's why both A and B will be also be. So here obviously the A is a positive. So we don't change that condition. So that is very important thing. So the difference between 2-diode and 4-diode sampling gate is, in the 2-diode sampling gate, here I am using a diode of positive polarity is applied to the diode D1 and negative polarity is applied to the diode D2. So that is we can't change that one. So in the previous one, we apply a control signals to this particular one. But here for the control signal operation, I am using an extra two diodes, that is diode D3 and diode D4. So these two extra diodes are used. So these are used for which purpose? For the control of this, that is for the control like of this, nothing but for increasing the gain. Simply these control signals are used. At the first condition, let us check the first condition, that is. So we apply a positive signal to the diode D3 and negative signal to the diode D4. So during this time, both diode D3, D4 both are going to off condition. So D3, D2, D4 both are going to off condition. Whenever these diodes will be off condition, what happens? So obviously these diode D1 and D2 are always in conduction only, always in on condition only. Why? Because we apply a positive signal to the diode D1 anode terminal and diode D2 cathode terminal, we apply a negative voltage here. So that's why we simply say that so this diode D1 is obviously on condition and diode D2 is obviously on condition. So that's why simply whatever the Vs signal is given to this will be produced at the output side without the condition of the controller, nothing but. So these are not combined with each other. That's why the output will be. So whatever the input signal, that will be produced at the output side. In the second condition, we say that we apply a negative signal to the diode D3 and positive signal to the diode D4. During this time, what happens? We apply a negative signal to the diode D3 and positive signal to the diode D4. In this particular time, simply the diode D3 is in on condition, diode D4 is also in on condition. So this in this time, these negative both are on condition. These negative signals will be passed here and combined with the Vs and applied to the diode D1. So that's why diode D1 and D2 both are off condition. Why? Because here I am applying that. So this negative signal will be reached here and this negative signal will be more than Vs. That's why we get a negative signal and it is given to the diode D1 and diode D1 is going to off condition. At the same time, here we apply a positive signal. That's why diode D4 is conducting and this D4 and Vs is reached to the cathode terminal of diode D2. So that's why diode D2 is also going to off condition. So that is whatever the input signal we have to give is not produced at the output side. So that is about the 4-diode bidirectional sampling gate. So simply the main advantage of this type of bidirectional sampling gate is gain will be increased. So what is the gain? And simply whatever the gain we have to given, that will be increased by using so this type of the sampling gates. And again, so compared to this 4-diode sampling gate, there is another one, that is 6-diode sampling gate. So this 6-diode sampling gate operation is like a 4-diode sampling gate. Compared to the previous one, that is compared to the 2-diode and 4-diode sampling gate, this 6-diode sampling gate increase the gain of the signal and whatever the input signal we have to given, that will be produced at the output side without any attenuation, nothing but without any disturbance. It produces the output signal. So this is about the sampling gates, bidirectional sampling gates. So in the next session we discuss about what is the gain of the 2-diode sampling gate and what is the gain of the 4-diode sampling gate and what is an applications of the sampling gates. So we have to discuss in the next class. So thank you.